Roller skating can be found everywhere, from television and music videos to family roller rinks and skate parks. It brings athleticism and creativity on wheels. But not many do roller skating like we're about to see today. Welcome to Celebrate Michigan, the show produced on the campus of Madonna University. I'm Chris Benson. Our guests today are Christy and Damon Malene, artistic roller skaters and a mother and son duo. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today, Christy and Damon.
Thanks for having us.
So, skating, tell us about your skating story first.
Yeah, so it's kind of a generational thing. So when my dad was a kid, he skated just for fun, recreationally, back in the days when you went to a roller rink and you did skate dancing, which is kind of what we compete in now, but he just did it for fun during their sessions. So when I was a kid, I was trying out different sports, and apparently roller skating stuck, and I asked to go back over and over again. And I didn't start until I was 9, which is actually a little late for a lot of the world-class skaters. A lot of the world-class skaters start when they're like 2, 3, 4, 5 years old when they first put their skates on. So I was a little bit older and started skating when I was young, and then I skated all the way until I was about 17. I did my last national competition in 2005 before my son started skating, and then I ended up coming back.
Wow, and Damon, I understand, as we said, that you are a mother-son duo, and you have your own skating career in your own right as well.
Yeah.
Tell me your skating story.
So when I was young, I started out trying hockey and like ice skating, and it was way too cold.
Oh.
So I tried roller skating, and I loved it, so I followed my mom.
And that's what you're doing now?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I noticed you're wearing some pretty interesting jackets. Tell us about this, because I understand they have something to do with some of the competitions you've done in the second world, if I'm not mistaken, if I said that correctly.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Tell us about that.
I've been to 2 World Figure Cups at this point, and this is the jacket that is on the current USA team. So Team USA, we get a jacket and tracksuit pants, and when we go to the competitions, we all look like a team and we wear all the same outfit, and it's the team camaraderie. But Damon is sporting one of the national jackets that you get when you compete at nationals, and we get embroidered each year. We still need to get this year's on it, but you get embroidered each year when you get your placement and everything and the years that you skated. So it's kind of a memorial of your skating history in the past that you've done.
Wow, what was that like, just being part of that scene? I mean, did you said I started late at the age of 9, and then just getting to that level, what was that like for you?
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. When I was skating as a kid, we would skate maybe 6 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. Every week during school year, all the time. I would actually get off my last hour of school, and I got dismissed so that I could go practice when I needed to. And it was super intense. I actually got burnt out from it, which is part of why I left the sport. My very last year, I placed 3rd in my junior world class figure event, and they only took 2 to Worlds. So I just missed going to Worlds in the last year that I competed. And for me, that was I knew it was going to be it. So coming back has been amazing, because now I've gotten a chance to complete that dream and that journey of actually competing at the world level. And I got 3rd again at nationals both years. So I haven't necessarily moved up in the national ranking, but at least I got to compete at worlds both years, and ended up 16th in the world 2 years in a row, which I can at least say I'm consistent.
Oh, congratulations. But again, what an accomplishment that is.
Thank you. Yes, it was definitely different doing this as an adult.
Sure.
I came back as a 35-year-old, which they used to not let you skate after 35. So I'm glad they changed that rule.
Really?
Well, it's so hard when you're old.
Yeah.
I say old. When you're older, I'm a senior in the event, but it's also like I'm the oldest person out there. But the physical taxing that it takes on your body, the amount of work you have to put in as an adult skater is definitely more to maintain even the level you were at. And then I have this wonderful teenager and a 2-year-old at home. So I'm momming on multiple levels and not sleeping at night yet. So it's been a whole different experience versus being a teenager where your biggest responsibility is going to school.
Sure, sure.
So I'm trying to give him the experience that I had
Yeah.
when I was young without the same pressures that I'm currently experiencing as an adult.
Yeah. So Damon, what was it like for you competing? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
No, I don't normally get nervous.
Really?
Yeah.
You just get out there and do it, huh? Because you
Yeah.
practice. I bet, do you practice a lot?
Not as much as my mom used to, but yeah.
Okay. What's your typical day like? Like when you've got to do practice, what is it like?
So after school, it takes half an hour to get there. I practice for 2.5 hours, and then we head home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, those days. We don't get home until 7-ish at night, and that's when he gets to eat dinner. So it's a long day.
Sounds like you have to be very organized and have like a schedule that you're sticking to. Again, with all the things you have going on in life, that's got to be challenging.
Yeah.
But I also can sense that you really enjoy it and that you must be pretty good at it. I mean,
am.
we have quite a few medals out on the table in front. We're
Yeah.
going to talk about those in a minute, but how does that feel when you get out there and you find out that you've achieved something?
It feels nice.
Okay.
Feels like I've accomplished something.
Awesome. And we've got the medals to prove it. You have accomplished something.
Yeah.
And to be out there and to see that your mom's doing it too, I bet that's got to be really inspiring.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. I can't believe, again, Christy, I've known you for a number of years, and I remember seeing you skate probably when you were a teenager, you know,
Yes.
and just to see what you've accomplished and brought to the sport is awesome. And then to hear that you're back in it just makes me so proud that
Thank you.
you've been part of this. And I know in our next segment, I'm really interested in hearing about, you know, the world of skating. I mean, we've got a local rink here, you know, that we have been to together, actually, because that's where I saw you perform. And, you know, just before we go to the break, do you think there's a resurgence in skating? I see people interested in it.
Gosh, I hope so. You
Yeah.
know, you see it on TV, you see
Yeah.
it, there's a lot more stickers, it's on t-shirts, like you can
Yeah.
find clothing and apparel with it, it's in commercials and music videos, so I really hope it would be great. But it would be really great if we could get more in the art world as well as the whole sport in general. Because the art world is its own thing, you know? It would be great to have more people see the beauty of it and really appreciate it.
Well, we're going to come back to this because I know we're just scratching the surface now. When we return, we'll explore more in the world of roller skating, and we've got some video to show too of these two performing, so stay tuned.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
I want to see the world.
When you pick up a book
I used to read every night to all the younger kids.
and let your imagination break free, you won't believe how much fun it can be.
Let down your helmet!
Experience a world of adventure, excitement, and endless possibilities. Get tangled up in a good book. Explore new worlds. Read. Visit read.gov today.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think, but so is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you!
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand!
Ah, there you go. Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
Welcome back to Celebrate Michigan. I'm Chris Benson, and we're continuing our conversation with two artistic roller skaters, Damon and Christy Malene. So tell me the difference between what I may do if I just laced up some skates and went over to the local rink and what the two of you do. What's the difference?
So like what you see in like Stranger Things had an episode where they went to an open session. You remember that? And
Nice
they just
connection.
were skating around and having fun. That's an open session. So that's what the everyday person can easily do. Just put on some skates and skate around. Now, once you can skate around really well and you're like, I want to, get fancy with it. A lot of people like to compare it to ice skating. A lot of coaches either really appreciate that comparison or go, no, it's nothing like ice skating. Yes, it's not the same. But there are, in the art world, there's like 3 main disciplines. There's free skating, which is that jumps and spins that you see, people, it looks really cool. It's amazing. The people that do that are very talented and are not afraid of falling. That's not us. we prefer not to fall. We do the disciplines of dance, which is kind of like ballroom dancing on roller skates. So there's specific steps and edges that you do that cover the whole floor, and you get judged on how you do them and then how your presentation is as you do that. And then there's what I went to Worlds for, and that's figure skating. And that is, if you go into a lot of the rinks, they have these lines on the floor. You've seen them. Not all rinks have them, but a lot of them do. So we're required to keep that line between our wheels and do specific edges and specific turns and keep everything together while we do it. So it takes a lot of control, a lot of muscle control. I get really sweaty very easily because it takes so much work and so much concentration when you're doing it. And the higher level you get, the more disciplined and specific you have to be as to how well you skate it and what the expectations are.
So there's people watching you, judging
Oh, the judges
you.
walk right next to the lines when you're skating figures. So I've actually run into them sometimes. Like it doesn't happen very often, but occasionally they'll be too close, and that happens. And that's just that they're trying to get their best view. And sometimes they'll be judging another skater, and you're just warming up, right? For dance and freestyle, they all sit on the side and watch from the sideline, so they're not on the floor. You don't have to worry about it then. But with figures, they're right up close and personal.
And which is your favorite? And is it always been your favorite, or has it changed since you were
I don't think
younger?
I have necessarily a favorite. So what I love figures because, and you'll see this in the video, figures is very meditative. You sit there, you're constantly, it's very, you can concentrate very hard, and it's a very independent sport. Dance is performative. And it's it's kind of freeing,
expressive.
And yes, you have to push really hard. So it's also very, what's the word when you exercise like on a bike, right? When you're running and stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of cardio.
Yeah, cardio. That's what I'm looking for, brain part. But yes, it's a lot of cardio.
Athletic.
Dance.
Okay, all of it is athletic.
Yes.
Well, we're going to get to take a look at what both of you have done. So as we watch this with our viewers, tell me what we're looking at. Oh, look at that.
This was at regionals this past year, and I skated. These were actually the most difficult dances I ever did as a solo skater. So when I was a kid, I skated team mostly. By the time I reached the world class level, I was doing team dance. So this is basically like doing ballroom. So you're doing specific steps and specific spots on the floor, and the judges are standing up on that stage and they're watching you and they're judging how well you hit each edge where you're supposed to hit it, how close your feet are, how everything is hitting in the right spot and the bass lines. Lots of very important things that way.
Oh, and there's Damon.
And here's Damon doing his waltz. This was his international event. He got second at nationals this year in this event.
Very impressive. You look very focused, Damon.
Yeah.
What was going through your head when you were doing that?
Don't fall.
That would probably be going through my head too. Oh, and that's,
so this is
I
figures.
See that.
So this was in Ohio, actually. This is at Lorraine. This is an invitational called the Ohio Figure Cup. And then this was regionals. This was Damon skating his figures at regionals. So he skates figures as well and is hoping to go to Worlds possibly next year.
Oh, that's awesome.
If he can qualify for it.
And you didn't tell me that you turn around while you're
Yes,
keeping
you do,
the
on
line
one
between
foot.
your, oh my gosh. Well, this is incredible. My gosh, we're already at another break, but when we come back, I know we're gonna hear more about the world of skating and some of the things that are happening there. And so stay tuned and we'll see you in just a minute.
college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me? So, are you going out tonight? I can't. My parents say I have to be home right after work. That's so gay. Totally gay.
Ugh, that is so Emma and Julia.
Why are you saying that's so Emma and Julia?
Well, you know, when something is dumb or stupid, you say that's so Emma and Julia.
Who says that?
Everyone.
Imagine if who you are were used as an insult. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Celebrate Michigan. I'm Chris Benson, and I'm here with Damon and Christy Malene. They are two artistic skaters, and we have just been enjoying hearing about their experience. And, you know, as we think about skating, there's a culture in every group of people that are, you know, on this earth, and I imagine there's a culture to the skating world as well. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So right now, there's a lot of politics going on with the difference between domestic roller skating and being incorporated with the whole world.
Okay.
Right? So there's a world level which is called World Skate, and that's run actually, currently it's the person in charge of the World Skate is in Italy. So there's a lot of more dynamics that go on and everything. And domestically, we skate a little bit differently, especially when it comes to dance, particularly. And finding that transition between training, like trying to figure out how to train our skaters to be better in the world, while also building up our base in the United States and giving the domestic a chance to succeed, you know, and be really good. So that's been interesting to watch. And, you know, there's always different opinions as to the best ways to do it and the best ways to bring roller skating to the forefront of people's thoughts and minds and get more skaters just started. So,
yeah.
It's been interesting.
I have wanted to ask Damon, what is it like having your mom as a coach?
So it's nice, but like, it's kind of weird.
Okay, how weird?
Well, now my mom's watching me doing my lessons. And it's awkward.
Do you find that she gives you helpful advice, though?
Yeah.
Okay. And can you even think, like, she was doing this at your age? Like, doesn't that seem wild to think about?
Yeah.
That she's been doing it that long?
Yeah.
Do you ever disagree with her when she's coaching you? Like, no, Mom.
I don't say it.
But you think it?
Sometimes.
Okay. Sometimes. Okay. You know, what is it like for you coaching your son?
Yeah, I think it's more of like, I hear you, Mom, but I really don't want to do that right now, so don't make me.
I love that. I love that.
Yes. No, it's been great, though. It's been wonderful. It's fun finding that balance between coach and mom. And there are times where I ask him, do you want me to help you right now, or do you just want to practice and skate? Like, I don't want to force anything on him that he's not ready for, or you know, if he's not interested in it, I'm not going to make him do it.
Well, and do you remember him coming and starting the first time? And okay.
And I was like, why are we picking this sport? There's so much. I knew right from the moment he picked it. I was like, okay, honey, if you really get into it, the requirements that this sport requires, like the amount of time and energy, it's going to be a lot. I'll be here for you for it. I will support you. I will take you to practices at 5 a.m. on Saturday mornings. I will take you to meets leaving at 3 a.m. on Sunday mornings, you know, but this is what it's going to take. And if you're ready, let's go for it. You know, and I took a deep breath.
How do you feel when you hear her saying that?
Surprised.
Okay.
I didn't think it was, I mean, it's hard, but it's not hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You enjoy it, huh?
Yeah.
So I know there's a medal here, and this we picked this, and this was your favorite one. Why is this your favorite one?
I got it from Florida.
Okay.
And I think it looks the coolest.
Okay. I have to say it is pretty cool. I would rate it very high. I mean, there's a ton over on the table below us there that are also pretty cool and impressive. Congratulations on all of that success. So as you look at your son, I mean, future of the skating world, right? Like he is the future. And when you look at the future of the sport, what are your hopes for the sport and maybe for yourself too?
You know, well, I'm really looking forward to doing more coaching at this point and kind of stepping back from being on skates quite so much. It's giving me a lot of freedom and headspace to focus on him and our whole club. I really enjoy seeing everyone compete and reaching their goals and helping them create goals that are achievable in whatever timeline they make it, whether it be their lifetime of skating or that season, and seeing the skaters actually accomplish it. And I think that's the most important part about any sport, right? Is dedicating yourself to something and then seeing that through all the way to the accomplishment and not giving up partway through. And just because you have medals or you win, that's not necessarily the victory. The victory is the fact that you've gotten out there and you've achieved what you came there to achieve at that time.
What do you hope for the future? Do you have a big goal?
I want to go to Worlds.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the steps that's going to take for you to get there?
Hours in the rink.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you feeling good?
Right?
You feeling good about it though?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. As you know, we talk about skating and popular culture. I know you mentioned Stranger Things, and it's in a couple different places. What do you see for the future of the sport?
You know, I think even if skating does get to be more well known and has more exposure, I would like to see more artistic skating. You know, there's a real beauty in artistic skating, and some of that gets lost in translation, and people don't get to see what we do and how we compete and the different things that we can do on wheels in artistic skating. You know, the umbrella of roller sports is huge, right? You've got hockey and derby and slalom and speed, and there's just so many different kinds of things that you can compete in skate. So I think just getting more people on wheels, but I would really like to see the artistic world have their chance again and build it up to what it once was. It would be really great. More people in the rink.
I know this is a generational, culture, generational accomplishment in your family. You know, you're mentioning. What does your dad think about Damon skating and then you being back in it?
He's so proud. He's a very proud papa, a very proud dad. I don't think he's just so happy to watch and be there. He wants to record every moment. He wants to be there with the videotape and recording everything. He doesn't want to miss a thing. He wants to be there for practices and competitions. And he really, whenever he's not with us, he's like constantly texting us like, okay, did you get the video? Can you send it to us? You know, he wants to see how did everyone do. They're checking the scores. All the grandparents get home online and they watch the live feed if they can. It's fantastic. Best support.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm sure they are rooting for you, both your mom and dad, every time and at every competition for both of you. So if someone wanted to find out more about the information, you know, about the skating that you do, the skating that Damon does, where would you recommend they even start?
Start at your local rink.
Okay.
So you can Google it, you know, just Google roller rinks nearby. If you're in the Metro Detroit area, one of the rinks, or if you're actually near Canton, I highly recommend Skatin' Station. Okay. That's where we skate out of, Skatin' Station 2 in Canton. But any local roller rink, just reach out to them. A lot of them have art teams or can direct you to a rink that has an art team, and most of them have a learn to skate class. So if you just want to go out there and put on some wheels, I mean, that's the first thing we tell everyone is just hours on wheels, get out there, try it, and if you like it, we can find you somebody to work with you and get you into the art world a little bit more.
And give you some one-on-one advice
Absolutely.
and get you out there.
Absolutely.
Well, both of you, your passion just shows through for this sport. I can tell you love it. Congratulations on all of the accomplishments you've had, and you too. We're gonna have to get a wagon to like wheel out all these medals out of here. I don't know how you brought them in here, Damon. Thanks for coming today. It was wonderful to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wish all of you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and thank you for taking time to join Damon, Christy, and I. We're so glad you could be here to celebrate all the wonderful things happening in the Mitten State. We'll see you next time. Get out there, do some skating.